Move to 7.1. This will be a public hearing, and we'll call for the public hearing after staff has had their presentation. Consider adopting ordinance number 2455, extending a moratorium through October the 4th, 2025 within the eastern corporate city limits and the extraterritorial jurisdictional limits of Granbury on all applications for plats as authorized by law and noticed pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 212.134. Mr. Kaufman.
Thank you, Mayor. As we are all aware of, our city is under a moratorium. There's two ordinances that cover our city for the moratorium, and this is the first one. And it's the first one because we began on the east side of town and worked our way through the other side of town in the subsequent weeks following this initially passed back in 2020. So our current moratorium will expire on October 4th, 2024, and so we're asking to renew this for another year through this ordinance. We've posted the proper notice. We've got our memo from our engineer attached to this document. Administratively, this agenda item is complete, and in order for it to be enacted, we need to adopt ordinance number 24-25, extending this moratorium through October 4th, 2025. This is the east side of the city watershed, or the sewer shed of the east side. So be happy to answer any questions you may have. And I will tell you that the construction of the new plant is coming along. They're doing a great job. Chester Nolan is here if you need to ask any questions related to any of this. This is his agenda item. I'm just trying to save time and tell you what's happening as quick as possible.
For clarification, I heard, and that doesn't mean it's right, I heard 2425. It is as written 2455?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was a bad number I had here, inverted.
Okay.
Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Rodriguez.
I'd like to ask questions to Chester if he's available.
He is.
Chester, hopefully this is our last moratorium that we extend. How is the progress going with the current, or the east wastewater treatment facility?
Well, the east plant right now is approximately a month ahead of schedule. The project manager and the inspector that's on the job, I speak with them 2-3 times a week. Everything is on track, and they're projecting that we may finish as early as 2 months ahead of schedule, which will put it early 26, late 25. So everything out there right now is just going great guns. Their construction is moving forward. We've poured about, I think, a little over 4,000 yards of concrete so far. Most of the structures are built. They're putting in the piping and putting in the electrical part of it. So, Eddie, it's all moving great right now.
Well, you got 6 months. That's what I'm going to give you.
Well, we'll try.
All right. Hey, thank you for the update. I was there when they first started, and I couldn't believe the amount of how deep they went into the ground, and it was just amazing how they've come along so far. So thank you for overlooking that.
Lots of dirt moving, lots of rock having to be moved. So, yeah, they've done a great job so far.
Thank you. That's
Yes,
all.
sir.
That's all the questions I have.
Mr. Overdeer, Mr. Corrigan? Okay. Anything else? Thank you, sir. Okay, I'm going to open the public hearing. If there's anyone that would like to speak on this 7.1 ordinance here, this request. I see no one raising their hand or standing up, so I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing. Any more discussion? No more discussion. I'd like to hear a motion to consider adopting ordinance number 2455, extending a moratorium through October the 4th, 2025, within the eastern corporate city limits and the extraterritorial jurisdictional limits of Granbury on all applications for plats as authorized by the law and notice pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 212.134.
So moved.
Mr. Rodriguez makes a motion.
Second.
Mr. Corrigan seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. I hear no nays. It is approved 4-0. Move to 7.2, also a public hearing. And this is to adopt ordinance number 2456, extending the moratorium through October the 4th, 2025 within the central and western corporate city limits and the extraterritorial jurisdictional limits of Granbury on all applications for plats as authorized by law and notice pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 212.134. Mr. Kaufman?
So this is literally the same song, second verse, per code and Texas state law. The only difference is we're including the central and western corporate city limits, which basically is our entire city. And so if projects aren't grandfathered or what they call vested under the conditions that are stated by law, that we can't accept plats and move forward with new projects. So I just wanted to add that as part of the conversation since we didn't cover that in the last one. But same thing, administratively complete, ready to go. Staff's been working behind the scenes for about 60 days on these ordinances to make sure we have everything right for y'all tonight to where when you approve this ordinance, we're administratively sound and can move forward in the future. Happy to answer any questions.
Council? Okay. This too is a public meeting or a public hearing. So I'm going to go ahead and open the public hearing. Anyone that would like to speak, raise your hand, stand. Okay. I see no one, so I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing. Any other comments? See you? None? Hear a motion to adopt ordinance number 24-56, extending the moratorium through October the 4th, 2025 within the central and western corporate city limits and the extraterritorial jurisdictional limits of Granbury on all applications for plats as authorized by law and notice pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 212.134.
So moved.
Mr. Overdare makes a motion.
Second.
Mr. Corrigan seconds. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. I hear no nays. It too is approved 4-0.